Morning, Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet here with another bookkeeping tip, and this one is more aimed at business owners rather than people running their own bookkeeping business, but it's something that if you are a bookkeeper with clients that I recommend you talk to with your clients. I was looking at LinkedIn with a colleague I know through the business buzz networking that I do, and she made some comment about the fact that her VAT return was due, so she was fishing out all of her receipts and things, and her husband helps her to do her VAT return. And I just made a passing comment about why don't you use the tools that are attached to most bookkeeping software, or just use your smartphone and snap and record your receipts as you go along. Just means then that when you come to doing your bookkeeping, whether you're VAT registered or not, just means that you've got everything handy and you're not fishing around everywhere looking for receipts. So a couple of tips. If you're using bookkeeping software like Xero, you might be using HubDoc, or you might be using any of the other products. Most of them have an app that you can download onto your phone that allow you to snap the receipts and either upload them to the files area so the person doing your bookkeeping can later on go and enter them, or upload them straight into the data entry in the bills area of your software so that they're just sitting there waiting to be entered. But if you're not that technical yet, maybe someone's doing your bookkeeping on spreadsheets or you're not the one doing it, then you could snap your receipts on your phone. And then what I would recommend is that once a week or once a month you just spend a little bit of admin time downloading these onto your PC, attaching them to emails, and maybe renaming these snaps that you've taken with perhaps the supplier name, include the date of the payment, and include maybe the amount as well in the file name. That way, when somebody is doing your bookkeeping, or you are later, and you see an entry go out on your bank statement and you're trying to work out what it was for and match it, you can very easily search these files. I tend to file them in a directory by month, so that when I'm looking through a bank statement for a month, this is what I train my clients to do as well, you can then go and find things really easily. And then within that directory, when I'm actually doing my bookkeeping, I have a subfolder that says done. Just do what it says on the tin, done. That way then when I'm doing the bookkeeping later, as I process each receipt, maybe a PDF you've saved from an email from a supplier, or however it appears, I move these when they're entered in the account system into the done folder, just as a subfolder of the main one. That way then as well, when you're doing the bookkeeping, you're not having to maybe search through 20 to 30 entries every time you enter something. You're able to, as a passage of work, just think of it like paper. I used to have an in tray where people dumped all the paperwork, and as I processed each piece of paper, I used to tick on it that I'd finished it, and I'd move it into a filing tray to then be filed later. And it just means you can kind of see the amount of work you've got to do is going down as you're doing everything, and it means that each time you're looking, you've got one less to look through, and you're making it as easy as possible for yourself. Especially if you're outsourcing your bookkeeping and someone else is actually doing it for you. If you factor in the time they have to find every receipt, as a business owner, makes more sense for you to spend 30 seconds or a minute to label things up or file them away neatly, so that then when your bookkeeper is actually doing the work, they can spend less time doing the work. So what I'm really pleased about now is this lady on LinkedIn posted something this week to say that she has now started snapping her receipts as she goes along, just from this throwaway comment I made on a LinkedIn post, and it means she's way more organised, and next time she has a VAT return to do, it will be that much easier to do. So that's me with a quick tip of what to do with your receipts and your invoices. Alison Mead from Silicon Bullet. If you are a business owner struggling to do your own bookkeeping, or if you are a bookkeeper that does outsource bookkeeping for other people and you need more tips, follow this channel. Go to blog.siliconbullet.com. And if you are maybe using a new package you're not familiar with, or you have a new scenario that you're not familiar with your clients or your own bookkeeping, or you just want a little bit of tips and advice, someone to have a look through, check that you're doing it right, and maybe giving you some tips to improve your processes, reduce the time it takes, reduce your costs, then please do get in touch. You'll find me, Alison Mead, Silicon Bullet, on LinkedIn, or there is contact me pages through my blog at blog.siliconbullet.com, and you can follow this channel on YouTube for more really handy videos that I do while walking my dog Daisy, who's attached to me there on the lead, in the lovely Salty Forest in Northamptonshire. Right, speak to you again soon. Bye.